Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Capricorn for late July, August 2022. So we are in the sign of Leo, which is the element is fire. So lots of action happening around for you this month. Capricorn, you yourselves are in the 8th house, which is the house of taboos. It's governed by Scorpio, so it's all about those things that we don't talk about: sex, death, any kind of taboo whatsoever, money, really, especially other people's money. It's all about beginnings and endings of the natural kind. So let's have a look. It'll be interesting. And your energy is the Lovers, so there's relationship questions hanging around this month for you, Capricorn. So we'll see where that's going, and that sort of fits in with the 8th house in a way too. It's very much part of what we do, all our relationships that we have, sort of probably putting them under a microscope a little bit this next 4 weeks, Capricorn. Okay, so let's have a look where you are right now. And we have the 10 of coins, so very stable, very grounded, things going well. Very much an inheritance card as well. But the 10 card symbolises sort of the end of a cycle. So you've sort of been dealing with stability and now you've achieved that stability that you want, that goes so well with Capricorn. Nice card actually to sort of say, well, you don't need to worry about that, but now there's another cycle coming in that you're going to need to sort of pay attention to, that needs some work. Let's see what's brought that in, this 10 of coins in, and influences the 10 of coins as well as the rest of the reading. And we have the card of the 4 of coins. So do you hang on, Capricorn, or do you let go? It's a past life card, so it has a lot of weight behind it. So it's a bit like the relationship card. It's a really dicey subject, and it's sometimes, you know, especially in our yearly life cycle, this comes up and we sort of look at things and think, well, what's going on here? You know, do I need these friends? Do I need this relationship? Or do I toss it? Or do I have a holiday from it? All those kind of issues come up, and by the looks will be sort of presenting themselves for you this 4 weeks, Capricorn. Let's have a look and see what was going on in June, July. And the Ace of Cups. So yes, you may well have, someone new may well have come into your life. And this is a purely often coincidental card where you just meet somebody that you just gel with automatically. It's very much an emotional card. It's very a spiritual card. So this has sort of whipped up what's going on here. So what do you do with that new relationship? Or it could be also a reconnection of someone from the past who's resurfaced in your life, whether it's in reality or you've been thinking about them or whatever, but it's still there to be, I guess, to be dealt with. Okay, so let's have a look at recent influences. And we have the 10 of Cups. So the facade, everyone, oh yes, they've got a happy relationship, and we all know that that is far from the truth. We can look at other people's relationship and think everything's hunky-dory, but whether it is or not's another matter. But it's the way we humans sort of present and project into the world that it is so great and whatever, but underneath the surface we know, you know, like everybody, there's ups and downs, ins and outs, all the rest of it. So this is sort of coming into you as well, all for your sort of attention, I guess, Capricorn, just to put it under a microscope a bit And because you're in the 8th house, it needs attention. You need to sort of sort it out for yourself. It can go for all sorts of relationships, I'm saying, as well, not just intimate ones, but just relationships in your circle as well. Okay, let's have a look at the lesson you'll be learning. And we have the free-floating anxiety card, the fear for fear's sake card. So there's nothing really concerning. It sort of says in your mind, maybe your mind's woven all these scenarios in the head. Maybe this has been just connecting with people that you really sort of, and this doesn't happen very often, mind you, Capricorn, that you meet somebody that really is, it's just like a spark. And so therefore we can sort of go off on a tangent with our mind, sort of mind versus soul sort of energy there. What we do know is with this card, you know, it is just what it is. It's more of a teaching sort of interaction with whoever this is. And this one is when our mind just can really start weaving all sorts of strange scenarios that create us to really look at what we're in at the moment, if you get what I'm saying. I'll leave it up to you to decipher. Personally, you'll know more. I'm just the interpreter. Okay, let's just have a look at near future and what's coming in for you. Yeah, a few roadblocks coming in there, Capricorn. Just feeling a bit held back as well. Not really knowing what to do. It's very much a Leo card too, so just battle on through, putting out a few spot fires here and there. But that goes with the territory too, because this cycle, number 8 cycle, can be a bit sort of difficult to navigate, and you may feel a bit held back, and it's not all as easy as it looks, is it? But just persevere and keep going forward. It's all part of what's going on for you to sort out in this time. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. 3 people in a relationship, Capricorn. So, yeah, there may be, especially with the introduction of this sitting here still, there may be this person that's come through, or maybe you're thinking about this person, and therefore there is a 3 sort of crowd in your relationship, which is what it is. So you need to sort through this month and sort of come to your conclusion in your very sort of grounded way of what you actually want in your life. Beginnings and endings. This is the real guts of life, I think, the eighth house. It's a difficult one, and it can be quite rocky, but you'll get through it. So the 3 in the relationship there, or just having fun, or whatever it is for you, very emotional though. But there it is. Let's have a look at how other people see you. Yeah, illumination card of the sun, so other people can kind of see what's going on. It's very apparent and obvious. Very much a healing card as well. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is a time where you sort of really need to be kind of quite, it's a very personal time for you to sort of sort out what's going on in your life with your relationships in whatever context, because it's very much other people close to you might be sort of seeing through all this and going, oh well, why don't they just say anything, or is this obvious, or that isn't that obvious, whatever. It's an interesting time to say the least, Capricorn. Okay, what you're feeling positive about is things will, and you know, things sort of smooth sailing in your mind. It's sort of settled down a bit. It's a bit more balanced, whereas a couple of weeks ago I think it was kind of whipped into a bit of frenzy. This is you sort of being more the Capricorn, sort of down to earth, sort of grounded person, mind settled down a bit, and knowing that that will settle down and things will be a lot easier to navigate than they have been, and it sits next to the free-floating anxiety card, which is a good thing because you sort of moved on from that, but that still sits there as it is. It's a lesson about how to control that mind from running amok. Okay, let's see the end or the final outcome. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, so it's very destined, very much exactly how it's meant to be this month, and it ends up like that. So when the big Wheel of Fortune comes in, it is about destiny itself. It's about you really sort of knuckling down to look at, it's taking a long hard look at yourself and what you really want, who you really are, what's really happening in your life, rather than just skimming the surface like with the 10 of Cups and, you know, making out, oh yeah, well it looks okay. But this destiny card comes in to sort of say, well, it's all going to come out in the wash, and it's part of your destiny, so you do well to just have a bit of a look at introspection this month into your relationships in terms of what's actually going on with them. Okay, let's have a look at your message. The path. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. The path to enlightenment is an endless process. You have to practice diligently and work with discipline. Eventually you'll become the path itself, and fewer struggles and sufferings will come your way. And that's the most beautiful card, actually, Capricorn, I think you can get. So thank you for listening. Have a good month and just take from it what you can. It looks good, but it might be a bit bumpy. Thank you.